Humans possess an intrinsic awareness of their own impermanence. This fundamental understanding sparks a powerful, persistent urge to extend their presence beyond the biological limits of their individual lives. Our ancestors left handprints on cave walls, not merely as a decorative gesture, but as a declaration of existence, a silent shout across millennia. Documentation, in its most primal form, transforms transient experience into a durable record, creating an external memory that defies the decay of individual recall and time itself. This drive to externalize thought and experience forms an early, crucial step in building what some philosophers call the extended mind, where our consciousness stretches through shared artifacts and collective memory, allowing our ideas to persist even when we do not. Early human societies relied on oral traditions, a form of living documentation where stories, laws, and history were passed down through spoken word. These narratives were fluid, adapting and evolving with each retelling, much like a river carving new paths. The invention of writing fundamentally altered this dynamic, solidifying transient experience into a fixed, durable artifact. This shift from fluid oral records to immutable written texts provided a new architectural blueprint for collective memory, making it possible to accumulate knowledge with unprecedented fidelity across vast stretches of time. Institutions like libraries and museums emerged as physical manifestations of this drive, acting as custodians for humanity's documented past, curating vast repositories of knowledge that far exceed any single individual's capacity to recall, preserving the collective intellectual heritage for future generations. The pervasive nature of documentation, particularly in the digital age, unveils a less benign aspect, the ever-present shadow of surveillance. Every interaction, every purchase, every online search contributes to an expansive digital footprint, creating an intricate, almost inescapable record of our lives. This constant recording fosters a sense of being perpetually observed, mirroring Jeremy Bentham's panopticon, where the mere possibility of being watched influences behavior. Once information is documented, it exists independently of our control, often accessible, shareable, and reinterpretable in ways never intended. This permanent existence can be a trade-off where the benefits of shared information clash with the fundamental human desire for privacy and autonomy, creating an archive that can potentially be used against us. Documentation serves as the bedrock for establishing truth, ensuring accountability, and forging a shared understanding of reality. Legal systems fundamentally rely on meticulously documented evidence, testimonies, and precedents to establish facts and dispense justice, transforming fleeting events into verifiable records for scrutiny. The scientific method, another cornerstone of human inquiry, depends entirely on documented procedures, reproducible experiments, and peer-reviewed results, allowing for the iterative building of knowledge. When disagreements arise, whether personal or societal, the availability of documented facts often provides the necessary grounding for resolution, moving discussions beyond subjective perception to a collectively verifiable point of reference. This commitment to documentation underpins our ability to build complex societies, trusting in shared, verifiable information. In our modern world, documentation takes on a new, insidious form through the relentless generation of data. Our digital lives are continuous streams of information, passively documenting our preferences, habits, and movements through sophisticated algorithms. These systems do not merely record, they analyze, predict, and ultimately influence our decisions, shaping our experiences without explicit intervention. Every click, every like, every scroll contributes to an algorithmic legacy, a detailed digital self that persists and evolves, often outliving our physical presence. This continuous data feed creates a kind of digital ghost, an enduring, reanimated version of ourselves that algorithms interact with, recommend to, and even make decisions for, long after we have ceased to actively participate. It's a perpetual documentation system that continuously writes our story.